welcome to this epic disaster. We are going to get started quickly with a live beer review because I'm thirsty.
Okay. Hi, this is Cheri, and you just heard from Rick. We are the co-hosts of this epic disaster, and I'm opening the beer now because I'm feeling very threatened. So we're going to go ahead and have our beer, and I'll tell you what it is. It is, you might need this to open
for
your
people
beer.
who just joining us, hello.
Hi.
How are you? We don't usually do this fast, but I'm being affected by allergies at night. I don't know why. Every night I get this allergy thing. And it just as soon as we sat down to record, it started, and I need something to drink.
He needs something to drink.
I need some liquid.
Let me tell you what we are drinking for this week's live beer review, which is basically us drinking a beer during the podcast, and we will rate it and tell you what we think of it at the end. So today we are having Founders. This is Founders Brewing Company, and it's called CBS. Now, I'm not sure what CBS stands for, but I'll tell you in just a second what it is. It is Imperial Stout brewed with chocolate and coffee, aged in maple syrup bourbon barrels.
It looks like all of those things. This is one of the darkest beers. Look at this. I'm holding it up to light. I can't do it.
You cannot see through it.
I can't see light through the beer. That's weird.
It's not weird.
It is because I'm
get
holding
it.
it right
I
to the
see
light.
that.
You can't even see a little glow.
No, you can't. It's an
That's
Imperial.
amazing.
I mean, it's an Imperial stout. So I mean, somewhere in the vicinity of 11.6% alcohol, something like that.
Buzzing a little bit after this.
I'm buzzing just thinking about it.
It smells very rich, very dark. I could smell the kind of molasses kind of smell to it.
I honestly don't know what, because it doesn't say on the bottle. It said on the package. I'm going to look it up while we talk, but I'll let you know what the alcohol content is at the end when we're, or you might be able to tell, depending.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's up? How you doing? What's going on?
That's a thick beer.
Thick like it's a meal, or thick like a Guinness, or what? Okay, I was wrong.
It doesn't compare to Guinness, really.
Okay. It's 11.3.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't compare to Guinness as far as like taste and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't even compare them together, but I mean, it's got a big mouthfeel there. It's
That's what she said.
that's
Sorry.
very rich beer.
This is wow, that's okay. First impression, yum.
Yeah, it's good. Very tasty.
Yeah. So what's going to happen, though, sometimes it happens. I won't say it's going to happen, but sometimes what happens is, oh, my gosh, that's so good, but it's like a truffle. You can only have like a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that might happen with this because it is very intense.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel like I just jumped right in now.
Should we talk about our day for a minute?
Well, I'm disoriented. We just started immediately, and
it's
now
so weird.
Yeah, it's
I don't know
weird.
what to do. Should we start over?
No. So I have a question. Let's imagine for a second. Let's imagine that a magic
that there's no possession
genie, magic genie or magic angel, whatever you want to call it, appears to you.
Oh.
And says, "I have a deal. Here's the deal.
Hello.
Here's the deal.
What?
If you can get your body to the shape it was in when you were 20,
oh shit,
I will give you $1 million.
Oh, I have to do the work to do it?
You have 1 year to do this. Let's say the magic genie appeared December 31st this year. Comes to you. Now, this is before you started drinking, let's say.
Oh, okay.
Because we all see magic genies later on New Year's Eve.
Yes.
But no, this one appears and says, I will give you $1 million if you can get your body to the shape, weight, appearance, everything. And obviously taking into consideration your age, you're not 20 anymore. But I mean, basically, it has to be toned. Basically, you
How do you know I was toned at 20?
You would have to be, I'm saying, toned the same way.
Oh, okay.
You would have to be the same weight as when you were 20. You will get $1 million if you do that. If you don't do that, by the end of a year, you have to give every single thing that you own to the magic genie.
Like every single thing that I own?
That's the deal.
Do they get the The bills too for those things?
Well, that's not an ownership thing, but all possessions that you own goes to the genie.
Okay.
If you don't do that, if you do, $1 million.
Well, I'll tell you what. For me personally, I know myself very, very well at this point, and I would have to say that I would have to think about it. I mean, $1 million is great and all.
Yeah.
Losing all my possessions, honestly, you know how I feel about possessions. It's fine. But do I want to put that effort into
For $1 million?
It's my body. I mean, I put effort into other things. I put effort into relationships. I put effort into, things I'm interested in. I put effort into work. I don't really put a lot of effort into my body, but I am starting. Anyways, here's the good thing is that you said the age 20. You didn't say the age 26 because at age 20, I was about 180 pounds, not necessarily all that in shape. And I could do that in a year.
Yeah,
I plan to do that in a year.
If you're overweight, you have to go back there. If you were underweight, you would have to go back there. Whatever shape your 20-year-old body was in, you have to do it.
If you had said 26, I was working out with Mr. Alaska. I was 140 to 145 pounds and toned AF. So I would not take that bet.
Yeah.
But you said 20, so I might take that bet.
I think I would do it for what's 20? I would say at 20, I probably weighed 190, 95, somewhere in there at 20 years old. No, 20. I might have been close to 200 at 20. Mm-hmm. So I would have to lose a little less than 50 pounds, about 40 pounds.
Yeah.
I could do that in a year, right?
Yes.
I could do that.
Absolutely. But I don't know. I don't know.
All right, Magic Genie, bring on the money. I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm agreeing. Give me the $1 million.
So if Magic Genie is listening, hit up Rick on New Year's Eve. Wait before he starts. Do it before he starts drinking.
Yeah.
And give him an opportunity to think about it.
I don't drink on New Year's Eve. I'm sorry.
Bullshit. You don't drink on New Year's Eve.
I don't.
I have known you for a decade.
Yeah?
And you have had a drink or two every New Year's Eve that I've known you.
No, I don't know that's true.
I do.
I don't know. No.
I'm not saying you go out and get drunk.
I don't do that.
You don't go out at all.
I don't like... Last year, I went to a cabin in the woods, and I don't think we even took alcohol. Maybe we had one glass of champagne, possibly. I don't consider that drinking on New Year's Eve, though.
I didn't say you were drinking on New Year's Eve. I said you had a drink or two, and you just got done saying you had a drink. So, hey.
Champagne, you call
Cheri
that a drink.
is correct.
I drink, I would drink tea. I would drink water.
No.
I'm not going to I don't have a bunch of drink. I'm sorry. I don't know what you think of me. I think you're thinking of someone else.
You're just trying to be all high and mighty when you're really not.
What's high and mighty about not having a drink? What is that?
I don't know.
You didn't want to have a drink today.
Are we fighting on our podcast?
You're a little edgy today.
I had a very, very bad day.
I know.
And this is the third one in a row.
All right, well, let's play a little Zabmondo. Maybe it'll calm you down, and then you can tell us about your day.
No, I'm going to have a drink instead.
Have a drink. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm supposed to have the drink. All right, have a drink. Roll a color. A color stone. Drop a color stone. Drop a color stone. Red.
I don't even know what you're drunk now.
Blood red.
I don't know where it went. What was it?
Well, I think it was purple.
Okay. Hey, you're right. It was purple.
All right, purple one, which is food ingestion. Would you rather cut a 1/4 acre of grass with your teeth?
Oh, my God. No.
Or lick up a 15-foot by 15-foot rain puddle?
Oh.
15 by...
Why? What is this question?
I don't know, but...
But I have to answer it?
Yeah.
Well,
Eat a 1/4 acre of grass with your teeth, or lick up a 15 by 15-foot rain puddle.
Does it say eat or cut with my teeth?
It just says cut.
So I don't actually have to ingest it?
No, you don't have to eat it. We're doing this like you're actually making the deal. No, you don't have to eat it. No. Spit that out right now.
Grass is good for you.
It is. You can have some if you want. You're allowed to have it.
And
what if a cow shit there or something, and then you've got to eat that? because you're on an acre of land.
There might be some like magic
Dog
mushrooms
poop, who
under
knows?
that.
Well, whatever's there, you're going to be eating it. Some redneck spit on it.
But okay, what are you actually licking when you're licking up a puddle of
Well,
rain?
it's the same thing. You're walking, somebody spit in the floor. Who knows?
Had to urinate there.
Yeah, people do it.
We all know how I feel about drinking urine.
Yeah.
It's a no for me. Sorry. This is stupid.
Just pick
stupid.
one.
Okay.
They're all stupid.
I'm overanalyzing
You're
it.
as usual. You're totally over it.
What are you saying?
Go for it. Pick it. Have a
what
salad.
Do you mean? What
have
do you
a
mean
drink.
by as
what do you
usual?
want? Have
I'm
a
not
salad
sure.
or have a drink.
Salad. I'm going for salad.
So you just go
I probably wouldn't be that loud about it, but yeah.
like the last date we had.
Shut
All right.
Ass. You're an ass.
Well, at first I was leaning towards the pool, and then after you mentioned the spit and everything, I think I would go with the grass.
Because you could spit it out. You don't have to like.
Yeah, get the purple stone. How am I supposed to drop?
I'm not crawling under there.
How am I supposed to play this game? It's like if I drop one that doesn't drop, that's the purple one.
I found it. Hold on.
We're changing the rules now.
Bending over is hard for me.
Man, this is a difficult podcast. All right, here we go. I'm mixing it up. Dropping.
Just do it.
It's yellow.
It's yellow.
Yeller.
Old yeller. All right, so yellow is random.
Yep.
Would you rather cut your nails from now on only with your teeth? Jesus. Or have your hair cut from now only with a knife? What is this question?
That's a dumb question, but I'll go with the
stupid.
knife. I mean, knife, scissors, it's kind of the same thing.
So I basically do cut my nails with my teeth because I bite my nails.
Yeah, we all do.
So, yeah, anyway.
I mean, we all bite your nails.
As long as that doesn't include my toenails.
Oh.
Because A, I don't think I could reach them.
It's disgusting.
And B,
It's disgusting. And B, it's disgusting.
ew.
All right. So, okay, I found out something interesting today. You know, and I've said this on the podcast before. Somebody should do like a themed restaurant or a themed cruise
Yeah.
that's like a pirate ship.
Yeah.
Somebody did.
Nuh-uh. When? Like right after you said that?
All right, so here's the story, and I found this story. I can't tell you for sure all the details about it. But on the Mississippi River, for $300 a night, you can get an Airbnb. I guess that's the company that manages Airbnb. $300 a night for a pirate ship is not that much.
No.
So it's a 65-foot long ship.
You don't get the whole ship.
You get the whole ship,
Lies.
and you get onto the ship through a gangplank, and then I guess you could bring more than one guest on board. And then it says it's got plenty of hidden nooks. There's actually costumes, so you can get in character. The one thing, now here's this whole story here. Look at this. I'm going to show you. Mm-hmm. No one can see it.
Except me.
On the podcast. You can go to, I'll try to, let's see. This link is, it's on insider.com. Rent an entire pirate ship. All right, so look it up. If you want to find it. There's a lot of photos. Look, it's kind of cool. It's got hammocks.
Ooh, that
and
looks
beds.
comfy.
The thing that it doesn't say.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh my gosh.
The thing it doesn't say is if it actually goes out onto the river.
It probably does not. It's
I
probably
bet it
more.
doesn't, because you would have to get a captain and all the stuff.
Yeah.
And that just seems like that would be more than $300 a night.
Well, for insurance purposes alone, it would be more than $300. That would be like something that a company would have to own and run.
But it doesn't say it doesn't.
It doesn't.
So I don't know.
Let's be logical here. It doesn't. It just doesn't.
It's got an official. I mean, look. There's all the controls. There's the wheel, captain's wheel. It looks like it actually works.
But it doesn't. They're not going to say, "Hey, rent this thing
You
for
don't know.
$300 and then off you go."
Say that for sure.
Bye.
What if you can? And this company right now is like, that's false advertisement. We do allow that.
We aren't advertising for them.
No, we're just talking about it. But I'm
Right.
just saying, someone finally did it, and this looks very authentic. Well, look at the captain's things. Look, there's actually the pirate hats. You can actually do a full party.
Authentic is one thing. Those are those were purchased
costumes.
at a spirit store
Yeah,
at
that's
Halloween.
totally true.
Yeah, no, that's not authentic. But, they could make it better. You could definitely, with the bones of that ship and with the wood and the nice, and to throw a hat like that on there, it kind of cheapens it. It's really kind of stupid.
Maybe they did it for the photos. But what I'm thinking is for $300 a night, and it doesn't say here in the article if there's a limit, how many people you can bring. But for $300 a night, you can have a kick-ass party filling up the boat with pirates.
But is there a capacity limit? Does it say?
That's what I was saying. It doesn't say if there's a limit, and it doesn't say if you can.
And I only saw like
dock.
6 beds, so there's 12 people.
Pirates don't care.
Oh, that's true.
We're talking pirates.
That's true.
They don't care. They'll share lots of beds. So finally, someone did it. It's not exactly what I had envisioned, but pretty close. And it's an authentic pirate ship, which is kind of cool. It's got all the stuff. And that's kind of nice. So you can, if you have an extra $300, there's something you can do.
Where is it?
On the Mississippi River. I don't know what city. I know that's a large river, but anyway.
Could be anywhere.
Yeah, look it up. Insider.com. Okay. Pirate ship.
Very cool.
You can rent it, Airbnb. And the thing is, if it's Airbnb, then it's supposedly anyway guaranteed, and it has a certain amount of quality, and it lists some of the amenities that it has. It's got Wi-Fi, and it's got other things, TV, cable, all that kind of stuff.
Speaking of that, though, that ship may not be around for long. And
Why?
I said ship, by the way.
Why?
May not be around for long, or at least the way that they're renting it, because Airbnb, okay, I read a story, I've been following this story for about a week and a half now, where in the city I went to high school, which is Orinda, California, there was an Airbnb house that was rented out as an Airbnb party house.
Okay.
So there was a party at this house, and 4 or 5 people were shot.
Ooh.
And Orinda, let me just tell you a little bit about Orinda. Now, I went to school at a continuation high school, which ran on donations and was run by hippies. Okay. In the bottom story of a church. But and it wasn't Christian oriented. They just rented out the space. But Orinda itself, to have 3 Ferraris pass you in one light is not unusual.
So they got a lot of money there, is what you're saying.
Orinda is extremely rich. And so there were a lot of uptight people on this street thinking this party house has got to go. This is loud, blah, blah, blah. I won't say they're uptight, but they pay a lot for their homes. They want to have the peace and quiet that they deserve.
Sure, and paid for.
And so Airbnb had this house. I don't know if they owned it, but anyways, it was rented out as a party house, and some folks died. Now since I've been following this story, it turns out that Airbnb has decided to stop all
party houses. Yeah, there's too much liability on that.
Exactly.
Have you ever been to a party where someone died?
Yes.
Have you ever been to a party that has been shut down by the cops?
Oh God, yeah. But
wow.
let me tell you, Airbnb also, as well as shutting down their party house department, I guess, is paying for the funeral of all of those people.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
This funeral is sponsored by Airbnb. Yeah.
Shit.
Well, I mean, it could be.
Yeah. So you've never been to a party that was shut down by the cops?
No.
What?
Nope.
Not even in high school?
Nope. I didn't go to one single party in high school unless you count Halloween parties at someone's house.
That's right. You were.
I was not a party person.
You were a bit of a nerd.
I did not get drunk until my third year of college.
Yeah,
Christian
but remember,
college education.
You just got done saying you don't have to be drunk to go to a party, and you don't have to drink at a party.
No,
so,
I said I didn't get drunk. I went to parties before that. I didn't get drunk until like my third year of college at the Christian college I went to. I went to several parties which were fun. I was a theater major. We had fun parties.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I remember one of the parties. This is nowhere, but one of my friends. He was the projectionist for the college. So when they would show movies, he was the guy who would run that. And so one Halloween, they were showing Psycho on campus.
Of course.
And so...
At a Christian college.
Yes.
A Baptist college.
Yes. And so my friend, the projectionist, brought all of the equipment to our hangout house.
Nice.
We put a sheet up on the wall.
Nice.
And we all laid on the floor and watched Psycho.
How many girls were there?
Oh, a lot of girls.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Did
It was
they
my
get
first
scared?
date with the girl that I eventually dated for the rest of my college years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was awesome.
Nice. And that was in college.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a very wholesome college experience.
You had a very wholesome childhood up until maybe
Mostly.
your mid to late 20s.
I was always wholesome. I'm still wholesome.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I know you. You're not wholesome.
Tasty bear.
Anywho, so the first party that the cops broke up that I was at, I would say I was probably...
12.
How do you know I was going to say that?
I mean, I could have guessed 8, but
No, that's when I started smoking.
yeah.
So the first, I was already doing meth at 11.
God.
And I think, as a matter of fact, wait, hold on. I was at a party when I was 11 that we had to leave because the cops were coming, but they didn't actually break it up. So, yes, at 12 years old was my first party that I got, cops came and everybody scattered. That kind of a experience.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
First party I was at, shit, I ran over my mic cord. First party I was at where somebody died. Oh.
We want to hear this.
I'm not going to give details, but I think, I was probably 13.
Jeez.
And it was in California, obviously, around the Oakland Bay Area. Let's just...
Okay. For those of you keeping score at home.
Look it up. No, there were
So
probably 10 that night.
Who would you rather party with, me or Cheri? Send your comments to thisepicdisaster@gmail.com.
You have to admit, though, Rick, that I am a 100% different person than I used to be.
I don't know how you used to be. You tell me stories, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
you're better. You're from what you've told me, you're better.
I'm a functioning
You went to therapy.
member of society at
You
this
had
point.
therapeutic help.
I did.
Yeah.
I also had medicinal help.
You still have a little of that.
Both prescribed and self-inflicted. Not self-inflicted, self-medicated. Okay, a little self-inflicted.
Stop hitting yourself with that medicine bottle.
But it makes me feel better. Yeah, so, anywho. That was a weird question. Where does that come from?
Weird what question?
About, have you ever been to a party, blah, blah, blah.
We were just talking and just thought about it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, so listen to this. I'm going to take it down a notch.
Uh-oh. Is it going to get depressing?
No, it's not going to get depressing, but it's sad.
Oh, what happened?
I have to start crating my dog again while I'm at work.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Crating.
Crating.
Mm-hmm.
She has to go in her crate
Yes.
when I go to work now.
Okay.
From now on.
Well, okay.
But not at night anymore. I'm not going to do the night thing because she's well behaved at night. And some days she's also well behaved, but they're becoming less and less frequent. Today, for instance, after I had kind of a jacked up day at work, I came home and I knew I was in a hurry because I had to grab her and come over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked up the stairs and sure as shit, one of the brand new blankets I bought to replace the blanket that she destroyed was destroyed.
Yeah.
And I just put it on the couch last night.
Yeah.
So it's gone. She literally ripped this blanket straight down the middle of this blanket. And it's a queen size blanket.
Mm-hmm.
And then the blanket that I put on the chair to keep her muddy paws off of it also destroyed. And it was already half destroyed anyways. It was just kind of covered up.
All right.
It's totally destroyed now. And she did dig into one of my couch cushions.
Yeah. Not cool.
No. So, and not a couch pillow, the actual couch cushion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little angry with my dog, but I know it's my fault. I know she's bored. She's just bored.
Yeah.
And that's what she does when she's bored. Well, that's just what she does. She just chews and eats. That's what's her thing.
So a couple of solutions or ideas or thoughts or whatever. Okay, so I know from experience, my dog did that till about 2.5. I thought she was never going to grow out of it.
Well, Toffee's going to be 2 in about 6 weeks.
Yeah, she will start calming down a little bit, not a whole lot, because I was counting on 2, and it didn't happen at 2. But all right, so a couple of things. First of all, I think I would, if I were you, make use of a animal behaviorist.
You going to pay for that shit?
No, but you're going to pay for other things. You're paying for couches and things like that.
I know.
I'm just saying,
I know.
all you need to do, you maybe even find somebody online that you can ask a couple of questions. Say, this is going on. What are some solutions? And they'll give you some solutions that might involve something other than crating her. All right? So that's one thing.
Okay.
The other thing is just loading up the space with crappy cushions that you buy somewhere that she can play with.
And hoping that odds are she won't eat the actual couch.
She won't eat the couch. She'll just eat the cushions.
But here's the thing about Toffee. She doesn't just destroy them and rip them up. She ingests these things. So I don't want to leave her anything that she can ingest and hurt herself with. So that's not an option.
A couple other things. We talked about daycare, which I think is a good solution for 1 or 2 times a week if it's possible to do. Also, maybe check on getting 1 or 2 a week someone to like come and walk her or play with her at your house.
That makes me very uncomfortable.
Well, so does not having a couch. But and then the other thing is, maybe you know somebody who has a dog that you can
Co-dog?
What's the word? I was going to say cohabit, but no. But and so part of her problem is probably that she's alone. So if you had a friend or somebody whose dog is at home while they're at work and they're also alone, you maybe find an arrangement where you can put them together so that they can kind of keep each other company. And then maybe, do you leave the TV on?
I do. I leave the television on, and sometimes
maybe she doesn't like the show.
Well, here recently she's been binging The Office.
She's watching the impeachment hearings. She's like, son of a bitch.
I would never subject her to that. What I am subjecting her to recently is I've been having her binge The Office because there's so many episodes I know it's not going to turn off.
I will say I watched a little bit of the impeachment hearings and I ripped up our couch today.
With your teeth.
It was like,
So a guy at work today, one of the higher ups at work was having a conversation and I walked in on it. And basically what he was saying is he's like, you remember with TiVo or DVR where you had the option to set it to skip commercials? And everybody was like, yeah. And he's like, I wish I could just skip all this. He's like, this is the commercial.
I went through the impeachment hearings of Nixon.
Yeah.
And I was a kid and I got so mad because it was on, back then there was no cable.
Right.
So you only had the 3 channels, CBS, NBC, ABC. And
you didn't have PBS?
I don't know, but it was on every channel.
Okay.
It was on every freaking channel.
Right.
You would think one channel would just not show it and would play something else, but they
no.
So TV was like TV didn't exist, and now you can at least put it on something else.
Yes.
So I watched a little bit of it until I just could not take it anymore, and then I switched to something else. But yeah, I mean
it's painful.
It'll make you eat a couch.
It might.
Speaking of eat, we're in Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yay.
I just told my wife today, I was just like, can you believe it? In just a few days, it's Christmas. I mean, there's no in between.
Weeks.
No. I mean, season.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
No.
Now it's just like, oh, can't do that. There's Thanksgiving next. Next week, that won't even be there. This week.
That won't matter.
That won't even be there. Thursday.
It's over.
After Thursday,
done.
Friday, Black Friday.
Nothing but leftovers.
I don't like Black Friday.
Black Friday? I don't like that.
I don't like
either.
the term Black Friday.
I don't either.
I think it's weird.
Where does it come from? I know where it comes from.
In the black.
You want to be in the black because companies are in the red, so they put on big sales so that they can be in the black.
But I'm not trying to turn it into a racial thing, but it feels like a bad word for it. I wish they would come up with something else.
Well,
I don't know why.
The word black is not racist.
No, I totally get it. I'm just saying I don't like it. Like Dark Friday, Black Friday, Spooky Friday. I don't know. I just don't like it.
But that's what you've turned it into. Black in accounting is a positive thing.
I don't know anything about positive business things.
Clearly.
But no, I don't know. I think it needs a different word. I don't like that word.
Okay, so Cyber Monday, how do you feel about that one?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, if they want to say in the positive Friday, that's okay.
In the positive is not a term used.
I know, but I'm just saying they don't have to say Black Friday. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it. It sounds awful.
But it's been around for so long.
That's not a reason to keep it.
You're right.
Things can change.
You are correct.
Speaking of change, what are some of the things, Thanksgiving-wise, that you always do? that you just can't change, that you want every Thanksgiving you want there. You're on a diet. What are you going to do this year on Thanksgiving? Are you going to actually eat?
I'm going to eat the things I can, and I might just, go all out and make it a cheat day. I don't know.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. You're on low carb diet.
Low carb.
What does that mean? What can you can eat turkey, but you don't eat turkey. So what's there to eat for you?
Well, okay. So for instance,
eggs, cheese.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
All the eggs, well, not all the eggs, because I'm trying to keep my protein at a limit too.
Well, why don't you stab yourself in the face?
Fuck you.
Just like I'm on the stab myself in the face diet.
Then I won't be able to eat.
I can never eat anything. My diet is don't eat until I die, and then I'll lose weight. That's how it works. I'll starve myself to death.
I'm not starving, though.
Well, what do
you would be surprised.
I'm talking Thanksgiving. What can you eat at Thanksgiving? You can't have my delicious dressing. It's full of carbs.
No, I can't have your delicious dressing.
That's just more for me.
Yep.
You don't eat turkey, so you can't have that.
But you
don't like soy, so you can't have that.
Hush.
You can't eat potatoes.
Can I speak? You're asking me
I'm
a question.
making a list here.
You're asking me a question. And
Jell-O.
You're not,
you can eat Jell-O.
I can, as long as it's sugar-free.
You can eat the Jell-O.
As long as it's sugar-free.
What, you're going to be gnawing on a bone. What can you eat?
Okay. There is an item at Thanksgiving that you and I share, which is the dinner roast thing, the corn one, the one that's made from mycoprotein.
Okay.
I can have that.
Okay.
Not a whole lot of carbs. There's enough, but I can have some carbs. It's not the end of the world.
Okay. Now that thing tastes like white meat on a turkey.
Correct.
That's what it tastes like. I mean, almost exactly like. It's like if you took white meat on a turkey and pressed it into a log. Mm-hmm. And why would you?
It's pretty.
It's that. That's what it tastes like.
Yeah. Now, the other dinner roast that you get,
which is soy,
I won't eat.
And it tastes. I'll tell you what it reminds me of, even though it doesn't taste like it, texture-wise. My dad used to eat some weird stuff, country kind of stuff. Okay. And there's a type of meat, and I want to say it's called souse meat.
I don't know what that even means.
It's like all the nasty stuff from an animal pressed into a loaf.
So you use all the what's called offal, starts with an O, like the liver and the things.
Stuff, yes.
Yeah.
And things that you don't want to even know.
Right.
That are in there. And they press them into like a square log and slice it.
It's not head cheese. No.
I think it's a lot like head cheese.
Okay.
I mean, but it's kind of like pieces of meat and gelatinous stuff together.
I know what you're talking about.
All right. So that dinner roast is a lot like that. Texture-wise, it's like you find some harder kind of meat things kind of pushed together with softer kind of meat things.
You're not making it sound good
I know,
at all. And
but
it
tastes good.
And it is good.
It tastes good. I'm just, and that's what I'm saying. It doesn't taste like that. It just has sort of that same kind of texture.
Yes, and I have had it, but I will be honest with you, being a vegetarian and being on a low-carb, high-fat diet,
it's impossible.
I am very limited at what I can eat and or drink. Now, I will tell you, though, that back when, I was just vegetarian and we had that dinner roast quite often, I really enjoyed it. But I have noticed that recently that much soy is really, I'm becoming soy sensitive.
Why don't you have some salmon? Why don't you bring salmon and make it?
I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, who says you can't have salmon on Thanksgiving?
Because I just feel like if I bring food that I then have to prepare, I'm in your wife's way while she's in her very tiny, very crowded kitchen.
She's fine with that.
Very tiny, very crowded
kitchen. Prepare
kitchen.
it at your house and bring it. I've done that before.
Oh, I can
but
do
I'm
that.
just saying, some shrimp. Bring some shrimp. Just make your own main course and bring it over. I mean, a thick salmon steak. Who knows? The Pilgrims might have eaten that. You don't know.
The Pilgrims might have fished in the Atlantic and caught salmon.
Atlantic salmon.
You never know. Could happen. But why do we have to eat like the Pilgrims? That's I don't understand. And we don't,
tradition.
by the way.
I'm going with tradition, and that's what was my question was, what have you always had that you have to have every Thanksgiving?
Deviled eggs and olives.
You usually make those, right?
I make the deviled eggs. The deviled eggs are mine. I make the deviled eggs.
Yeah.
This year at work, somebody else says they're bringing deviled eggs. I'm like, my eggs will knock your eggs out the water. You have no idea. I make the best.
I know your secret ingredient. I know what you use.
It's not a secret. And I've made it less and less of a secret. I make horseradish deviled eggs.
Yeah, and I got a suggestion for you.
What?
On a couple of them.
What?
Wasabi.
I can't get actual wasabi. You know, the wasabi we get here is horseradish.
Basically, it's color horseradish, but I'm just saying, get some of that wasabi.
You gonna pay for it? That shit's expensive.
You pay for my butt. Anyway, so all right, so I always had the turkey, dressing, mashed potatoes, green beans.
That's my downfall.
Mashed potatoes
and gravy.
Yeah,
that I could eat mashed potatoes and gravy, and nothing else for dinner.
Right,
like that could be it.
Yeah,
and I can eat a whole thing of mashed potato, but I can't right now.
No, but I have a solution for you.
What?
Cauliflower. You can.
It doesn't taste anything like mashed potatoes.
Get out!
Sorry, I don't care who you are.
I will tell you. We have mashed cauliflower and put some butter in it and season it.
I've had your wife's mashed cauliflower.
It's pretty good.
I'm not saying it's not good, but it's not mashed potatoes.
But you can also
it's
cut
mashed
it.
Cauliflower.
You can also cut it with potatoes. You can put half cauliflower, half potato in it, and you can't really tell. It's good.
But I can't have the potatoes.
You can have less potatoes.
I can't have the potatoes.
One night in your diet, one freaking night.
Look,
the magic angel can go screw itself. One night.
The magic angel?
Who's going to give you $1 million to lose weight? And get
That's
down
a
to your
genie.
20s?
You said it was a genie. Now you're changing it up.
I said a genie.
Now it's an angel?
I said it could be an angel, could be a genie, whatever you want.
Oh, Jesus.
It could be some Italian guy named Guido.
Or Vinny.
I don't know.
So, okay. I have a goal.
If there are Italian guys named Guido listening to the show, we apologize.
And Vinny, too. Sorry, Vinny.
But I have to have those ingredients. I don't understand people who like to mix it up. I've never really understood people who have ham for Thanksgiving. And a lot of people,
Same.
I know that's some people's tradition. And I don't know. I just don't understand how they could be so wrong.
No, you have ham at Christmas and Easter. You do not have ham.
Why do you have a ham at Easter? Easter celebrating when Jesus died. Jesus was Jewish. You're gonna have ham? It's like, screw you, Jesus. I'm having ham.
I'm eating a pig.
I'm gonna eat some pork to kind of rub it in.
Well, that's okay.
As if the crucifixion didn't hurt enough, I'm gonna eat a hog to celebrate your death and resurrection, Jesus. Here I go.
Let me start by saying that my family was not religious. Let me follow up by saying I haven't had a ham at Christmas or at Easter in years because that was a thing my family did. Like, I don't celebrate Easter. It's not for me.
But okay, so I like traditional food Thanksgiving, but I like to have the same traditional food at Christmas time. And I was married in one of my many marriages.
You have had several.
I discovered, and I think I discovered this after we got married, is that they wanted to have Mexican food on Christmas. And I was like, what? Mm-hmm. What? Mm-hmm. This is not Feliz Navidad. I want regular American food.
So tell me, what if your wife was Spanish?
Well, Spanish is European, and European people have the same thing that normal people have.
Not in Spain.
I don't know what they eat on Christmas in Spain, but
I bet your wife could tell you.
Well, she can mole or something like that. But I mean, she's like that. She likes on Christmas Day.
Did you just say mole?
Isn't that what she has? Isn't that what it is?
Mole.
Mole.
I want you to use that accent one more time.
No,
mole.
Pole. What's the thing? What's the big thing? The big stew that they make with shrimp, and they like have a gigantic.
Oh, that's chipino, and she's
There's another word for it. Poutine.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
One of the Beverly Hillbillies, wasn't it?
No,
poutine.
Poutine is French fries with cheese and gravy, and that's from Canada.
I don't know. I've seen anyway. But there are people who like to get inventive at Christmas. I don't. I'm a traditional person. I like traditional foods, and I tend to like the same thing that like.
You're
Thanksgiving.
Just white. You're just white.
I'm white and closed-minded.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Like the rest of the country. Do it my way or go back to Europe. That's the way I say.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
That's the way I put it.
Oh, my God. No. Make it stop.
No, but I like the traditional kinds of foods for Thanksgiving. And I tend to just like them for Christmas. And I try, even if I'm with people who don't want to have it, I'll just make it for myself.
Okay.
I mean, you don't put out tacos and margaritas for Santa on Christmas Eve. You put cookies and milk. So you don't. Why do you change it up on Christmas Day?
Okay, let me ask you this. Why wouldn't you put out tacos and margaritas for Santa?
Santa is an old white man.
How do you know Santa's white?
I've seen the pictures. I've seen the pictures
of Black Santa,
He lives
too.
in the North Pole. He has a white beard. I've seen it. Since I've moved to Atlanta, I have seen some pictures of him as a black man.
Only since you've moved to Atlanta?
Yes.
Lies.
But I haven't. That's not been confirmed yet. I don't know if that's true.
You're hurting me.
No, this is just basically for me. I'm just talking about tradition. I know what I like.
I know.
That's what I like.
I know. You're old and white. I get it. It's fine. It's totally fine. Closed-minded. That's the more important part, the closed-minded. You can be old and white and be awesome, but you, on the other hand.
All right, so a family in Texas was told to remove Christmas decorations because they had them up too early. This is this year.
Fuck that.
This year. So their HOA
the
told
homeowners
them
association
that they could not do it. This is in San Antonio. And they put up their decorations November 1. And 3 days later, they got a letter from the homeowners association
that said,
saying it's too early, take it down. And they said nowhere, anywhere in their homeowners agreement does it say when they can put up the decorations.
Yeah.
And so they basically said, screw you.
Mm-hmm.
And they started putting up more.
Good for them.
And apparently the homeowners association is threatening to take legal action. And then some of the other neighbors decided to support them by putting up their decorations.
Good for them. I like that. So I'm going to interject here and say that if anybody told me that I couldn't put up any kind of decoration on my house, I would say, screw you. However, I do understand what an HOA does.
Yeah, and legally, they can tell you that.
They
you
can
lose your house. People have lost their house for not obeying
because
the
you
rules.
agree to it.
Yeah.
However, if I lived in an HOA, I would never live in an HOA.
I couldn't. I don't.
But
they're trying to form one in our neighborhood. I'm not for it. I don't think my wife is for it either.
Because they can tell you what color you can paint your house. They can tell you how many trees you can have in your yard. They can tell you how you can landscape your yard. They can tell you the decorations you can put on the outside of your house. No,
you remember
that's
when
my house.
You rememmer the apartment we were in Chattanooga?
Yes.
Almost like right when I moved in, I put up Tibetan prayer flags outside because all these people had American flags hanging outside, and I put up Tibetan prayer flags, and I got a note almost immediately, and I was like, why can I not hang out these flags?
But they can hang.
But they can hang their American flags, and they were like, they're not supposed to. And I'm like, well, they are. So I want to be able to put my flags up, and I think they sent a note around and told everybody to take all their crap down.
Did they?
Apparently they did, I think.
Okay, good.
So I put them inside my apartment on at the window. So
I remember.
If you could see them at the window.
You could see them through the window.
But when I moved, the first place I moved, I put them outside.
Yep.
Now I don't have them anymore. But I just don't, if you're living in a house, I understand that there has to be a certain, and you don't want people coming in and not ever mowing their grass and putting 25 cars outside the house and
turning the house into a junkyard.
Yeah, Sanford and Son. You don't want that.
Right.
So I understand some of that, and I understand those things. But when I've watched these HGTV shows where they're going to flip a house, and the homeowners association won't let them paint it, but just like they have a list of like 5 colors you can use.
Right. How boring is that?
Or you can't put certain types of roof shingles on your roof.
Right.
You can only go by why?
Why
do you want to live in that exact same thing?
Because people flying overhead might be offended by your roof shingles.
Look at those ugly shingles.
By
I don't
that
know.
one house. Yeah,
but I couldn't do it. Wouldn't want to do it. But so be careful, people, when you're putting up your Christmas decorations, that you're not putting them up too early. Now, I don't know. Could you put up Halloween decorations and then put up Thanksgiving decorations? So could you put like a pumpkin with a Santa hat on?
Why not?
I don't know. You challenge the...
Can you have... Okay, let me do this. Let me just think about the Halloween decorations that I just got to be part of.
Yeah.
What if we were to put up a big articulated like pumpkin head scarecrow so it's scary. It's
Nightmare at Christmas, the Christmas night. What is it?
One of those.
Yeah.
Say it's scary, so it's for Halloween. It's also like pumpkin scarecrow, so it's Thanksgiving. And we put a Christmas hat, like a Santa hat on it. So it's Christmas. Would they tell us that the Christmas decorations are up too early?
That's what I don't know. I don't know.
Might be kind of fun.
Yeah, challenge it. I always want to challenge it. I wouldn't say, put your house up at risk. You don't want to lose the house.
No.
But
no.
All right, well,
what?
I guess we gotta stop the fun.
Are we done?
We're done.
Wow. Has it been
you
an
got
hour?
anything? Got anything else you want to add? Got anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, one thing.
Say?
And it's still in regards to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Growing up, did your family, I know you had a large family because you got lots of siblings. And
yes.
things. Did your family ever do the thing where they went around the table and said what they were grateful for or thankful for?
I don't recall that when we were growing up. There was a time when we got older, somebody started doing it, and I hate it. I will leave the room.
No, really?
Yeah, I'm old enough. When I was a kid, I couldn't, but I will leave the room. I don't feel like I think gratitude, in my opinion, anything spiritual and gratitude should be done in private. I mean, if I want to talk about to other people what I am grateful for, I will do it. But I want to be put on the spotlight. It's like, you have to tell us what you're grateful. No.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't do it now.
I am going to say that we never did that growing up. That was never a thing. Thanksgiving in my house oftentimes was just family, like just family, small family. And that was never a thing.
Yeah.
Because we spoke to each other every day. It's like, if you wanted to tell me you're grateful for me, you can on June 6th or, whenever. But now I have to do this thing, and it's almost as painful because I feel you when somebody puts you on the spot and they're like, what are you grateful for?
It's nobody's business.
I'm like, I'm grateful that I just was able to take a breath. How's that? Can we move on?
You can put a stop to it by going, my giant penis.
You should do that. I think I should do that.
Going around the room. Your grandmother, like, what are you grateful for?
I could say,
all the chicks I've laid this whole year, Grandma.
My new dildo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
I'm going to do that this year.
I'm grateful that anal doesn't hurt anymore. Never again.
Never. They will just bypass you.
I never thought of that. Think of the most outrageous thing that you could say when it comes to your turn.
Okay, ask me.
These are the kind of things that our listeners need to know. I think these are the kind of things that our listeners would do. So what are you grateful for this year?
That the body wasn't found.
Now I hope we do ask that out.
Yes, let's do it. It'll be fun.
I think we should.
Yay.
Nobody's pregnant yet. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an uncomfortable thing.
Wow. Yeah, I've never liked that. I've always hated that. It's just like, when I was growing up, I was I wanted to be a minister when I was growing up.
Yeah.
In spite of all the stuff I just said. So everybody knew I was like the religious one. So every year, I always was the one they called on to pray. So I always had to do the prayer every year. And so there was a time when my spirituality began to change, and it was more of a personal thing. It was more, I didn't want to be outwardly religious. It was a very personal thing. And so I didn't want to do the prayer. So I would always leave the room right about the time they were doing it.
When it was time, you'd be like, my stomach's upset. I got to go potty.
Well, there were a couple times they'd call on me, and I would just say, I don't think I want to do that. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing, and then they have to call somebody else. So,
that's fine, and they should get over it. That's what I say.
Or you could bow your head and go, "Oh, dear Baphomet, I would like to thank you for the children."
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Lord of the Underground.
Okay.
Thank you for your sacrifices you have provided.
You're giving me some great ideas, because there's this thing at work now that I have to do in a particular meeting, which is we have to start the meeting with...
No, don't do this stuff at work. These are not the things you want to do at work.
You're right. I'll stop.
You don't want to give thanks to Baphomet at the Baphomet.
No, I think I should.
No.
Because I am asked at the beginning of this meeting once a week, what's your good news for the week?
Yeah.
And I honestly think I'm going to say they didn't find the body.
Do they ask you the good news?
In a particular meeting.
Oh, man, I'm so glad I don't work a regular job.
Yeah. And it's a new thing. So I'm getting used to it. And I literally, it's like 5 minutes before that particular meeting, and I'm going, what the fuck happened good this week? What happened? What happened? What am I good at? What happened? I don't know.
The penis didn't reject me. It's still attached. I'm so happy.
I still think I like they haven't found the body. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah.
That's good news.
It's creepy. All right. These are all things you should never do. I just want to point out. Even though we're telling you to do them, don't do them.
Do it.
We do not want to take responsibility for anything that happens to you. But if you do happen to do them, let us know. Send us an email to thisepicdisaster@gmail.com or just post it on our Facebook page so everybody can read.
I would like you to do this. Yes, so everybody can read it, please. And we will make it a thing. We'll put it out. We'll post it on Facebook. Please, please, please write what is the strangest thing that you could say in that situation.
Yeah.
And be imaginative because we want to know.
It's not always you, though. I mean, what if your grandmother
were to say?
It's like threesomes. Settle down, Granny.
Grandma, what are you thankful for this year?
You don't want that to come out of your grandma's mouth.
My prolapse surgery went well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a medical thing. I shouldn't really talk about that. But, yeah.
Nipple clamps.
Woo!
Grandma. Stay in touch with us. This Epic Disaster. We do have a webpage. We got Twitter. We got YouTube. The shows are on YouTube, by the way.
Not
but
video.
we prefer everybody will download.
Yes.
And subscribe.
Yes.
Not in that order. Subscribe and then download. That's what we would like. I do think. I think we're going to do a live show.
We always do.
On Thanksgiving.
We do a little live, it's not going to be long.
No, it'll be probably
we'll be
around
busy
the evening.
scaring people with our grateful.
Belching on the line. But we will probably do a live thing and say hello. If you're available, you can join us. If not, don't worry about it. You'll be able to see the video later.
Yeah.
But if you want to kind of sign in and talk to us, that's cool too.
We'll announce what time we're going to be live just in case you want to interact with us. But really, it's going to be a whole 5, maybe 10 minutes. So
Tell
it's
us
not
what
worth
you're
it.
thankful for. We want to know. But that's pretty much what we'll be doing at Thanksgiving this week. We're going to have a lot of people here Thanksgiving. I don't know if you know, but it's going to be pretty crowded. And I think I can't remember, 6 or 7 dogs.
Well, no, I did hear that one of those dogs is not going to be invited.
Which one? No, we can't tell. We can't
say.
I want to know. Tell me later.
I did mention this on the podcast, so I will bring it up again. Is I did talk to you about having a friend and could he bring his dog?
Oh yeah.
And I mentioned that to him, and he's like, I wouldn't bring my dog.
Well, we got tons of dogs. I mean, it's not like that's the thing. You leave your dog at home alone, or bring him with a bunch of dogs. They're probably better off being with a bunch of dogs.
You don't have this dog.
I don't know.
Anyway.
All right, so let's talk about the brewski that we have here before we say goodbye.
So I was good, and I only drank about half of it because carbs.
Yeah. It's got. I'm guessing it's got a lot. It's very sweet. It's very heavy. Yeah. Very rich.
It's not going to say on there.
Yeah, that's true.
I looked it up though. I did Google it, and then I immediately stopped drinking it. So I probably overdid it with carbs today, which means I can't have dinner.
You didn't drink that much. You didn't even drink a half a glass, really.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I overdid it. So, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. And as a matter of fact, you can finish that if you liked it as much as I did. I'm going to say that I could not in any way, shape, or form have more than one of those. Because Imperial Stout, just to start with, is a very strong, very flavorful, very rich beer. It's like trying to eat a whole package of truffles or something. Not going to happen. But you can taste, for sure, you can taste the coffee and the chocolate. That's a given. I get both of those. I don't get the bourbon. I don't get the bourbon from it. I get the bourbon a little bit in the back end.
It's a bourbon barrel, so it's kind of oaky, little tiny.
But that's what Dragon's Milk is too.
Yeah,
it's in bourbon barrel, and it tastes like bourbon.
But there's a lot of other flavors in here.
There are. Now, do you taste the maple?
Well, I do, not singled out, not solo, but I mean, I think I do.
So it's just a combination of flavors.
Yeah, and they're all pretty heavy. They're all very rich. It's a thick beer. All right, so I was going to give it a pretty high rating. I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay.
I was going to go a little bit higher because it's got a great taste.
It does.
But I've had a little more than a half a glass, and it starts kicking in. The sweetness starts kicking in, and it's heavy.
Yeah.
And I just can't go any more than that.
It's just too much.
But if you like those kind of beers, I mean, you're going to love this. The flavor can hardly be beat. It's one of my favorite flavors we've had. Mm-hmm. But I can't hardly finish it off.
Yeah.
And 11.3?
11.3% alcohol. Yeah.
It is a little, you do feel a little good while you're drinking it.
A little bit, but again, I only had half, and I'm working on my vodka over here. So
that's what's making you feel
I'm feeling the vodka.
All right, so I would highly suggest that you get some of this if you can. It's Founders.
CBS.
It's Founders Brewing, CBS, which I think it'd be kind of easy to find. It got a horse on the cover of it. Did we find out what CBS stands for?
Nope. Sorry. Look it up. There's this thing called Google.
Yeah.
You can find it.
We'll figure it out. All right, folks, thanks for joining us. If you're new to the show and you really like the show, all you got to do is email us your mailing address. We'll send you stickers. We have lots of stickers, and we send them free. Mm-hmm. All you got to do is request them, and we will do that. And if you're old to the show, we'll probably do the same thing.
And then when you have those stickers, you can go out to the bars that you hang out at, and you can stick those stickers in the bathroom where other people can see them, because everybody's got to pee.
Yeah, if you know of a place where... let me tell you a quick little thing that happened this week. If you know of a place where you can put lots of stickers... You know, if a bar, sometimes bars have places where you can put stickers. Yeah. And you want a couple extra, just put that in your mail. Just say, I want a couple extra.
I want a couple extra stickers.
Put them up. Yeah. So, I was at the grocery store this past week, and I passed by this car that is full of stickers. Okay. There's stickers all over the car. And I thought, well, they need this epic disaster sticker.
You didn't stick it on the car.
I did not. I took the sticker and I put it on the wiper blade
under
the back of their car. And I just put it there and I just walked away. And then when I got home, whoever had the car tagged us and said, thanks for the sticker. I'm going to put it on the car.
Wow.
And they were like, I just found you guys. And they were, I guess, listening to the podcast now.
That's awesome.
If you're the one who did it, thanks for listening. Thanks for putting the sticker on.
Absolutely.
And they had some great stickers already on their car.
Hopefully they're still listening.
Yeah.
I mean, they said they were going to give us a listen.
They like the show.
It's possible.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
What the fuck is this?
So if you can put it on your car, you can put it on your musical instrument case, you can put it on your books, you can do whatever you want. You can put it on your
butt.
Well, if you want to put it on your butt, if you need an extra one for your butt, that's fine.
We'll send you a sticker for your butt.
Butt stickers,
but we want pictures.
That's right. Send us a picture of your butt, before and after, please. All right, so I guess that's where we're going to stop.
We're going to stop now.
All right. Okay. Before we go any further.
Bye.
Bye.
This is a Violet Jester Media podcast.